Have you ever wondered why there are cases where dangerous drugs have been legally proven harmful in court, yet the companies that made them still exist, still profit, and are even still trusted? Does this mean all conspiracy theories are wrong? Or is it that some of them are partly true, but never truly have real consequences? Let's talk about this calmly and rationally. We are often taught that if something is proven wrong, the responsible party will be stopped. The problem is, the real world doesn't work that simply. In the history of the healthcare and pharmaceutical industries, there are many cases where harmful practices were legally proven. Not rumors, not assumptions, but court documents. But what happens afterward? The company pays a fine. The media reports it briefly. The public gets angry. And then, everything continues as usual. Why? Because truth does not always have the same power as money and influence. Large corporations have the best legal teams, access to regulators, political lobbying power, control over media narratives. When a scandal emerges, the real question is not, are they guilty? But rather, how big is the loss compared to their profit? If the fine is smaller than the revenue, then it isn't really a punishment. It's just the cost of doing business. Take the opioid painkiller crisis as an example. These drugs were aggressively marketed with claims that they were safe and years later, it was proven that those claims were misleading. Millions became addicted. Thousands died. Companies were found guilty. Billions of dollars in fines were imposed. But the question is, did the industry collapse? No more. The structure remained. The products were renamed. The business model continued. This is not a conspiracy theory. These are legal records. Similar patterns happened with cigarettes, certain medical devices, some drugs with severe side effects. In many cases, the dangers were known early on, but delayed, debated, or obscured. Why? Because admitting the truth sooner means losing the market sooner. This leads to an important question. Is the system intentionally designed this way? The answer is not because everyone is evil, but because the incentives are flawed. The system rewards products that must be consumed continuously. Chronic diseases that are managed, not cured. Patients treated as long-term consumers. In such a system, a treatment that completely cures a disease is not always the most profitable. However, this does not mean that cures do not exist. Antibiotics cure bacterial infections. Vaccines prevent diseases. Hepatitis C can now be completely cured. So, what does this mean? If a cure truly exists and is scientifically proven, it would be almost impossible to hide forever. The real issue is not that there are no cures, but that not all diseases can yet be cured with today's science. What makes the situation more complicated is one thing: when valid criticism gets mixed with exaggerated or irrational claims. All criticism starts to look foolish. This is one of the most effective ways to silence questions, make everyone who questions the system look crazy. As a result, data-based criticism gets buried. The public becomes confused. The industry remains safe. So, are all conspiracies true? No. Are all criticisms wrong? Also, no more. The truth often lies in between. Real mistakes exist, but the system is too large to change. The conclusion is simple. Many conspiracies turn out to be truths that arrive too late. And when that truth finally comes out, the damage has already been done. And those most responsible often remain standing. So our task as a society is not to blindly accept claims, neither from powerful industries nor from miracle cures. Being critical does not mean being In fact, that is the very essence of science itself.